Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo, April 10, 2025. The planet of communication, Mercury, turns direct today after over 3 weeks of retrograde motion. As a result, you'll find decisions become more straightforward and delays lift. It's best to be more aware of how you express yourself today, but as you advance, recent misunderstandings will likely clear up in the coming days and weeks. Still, the shift itself can effectively magnify problem areas, so do your best to avoid focusing on trivial matters as Mercury makes its turnaround. Mercury began its retrograde in your sign but later retreated into the sign just behind yours. Now, Mercury turns direct, and you'll see some recent problem areas untangle, but Mercury won't return to your sign until the 16th, when even more clarity is likely to come. While you're unlikely to see immediate results with the shift happening today, you can look forward to more clarity in decision-making. It may feel like you're sinking into a dark cavern today. However, even when we experience rocky cosmic weather, we must lead with compassion, sensitivity, and love. Sweet and sensual Venus, our lesser benefic and the goddess of romance and affection, will unite in an exact conjunction with mighty Saturn, now orbiting in your solar house of secrets, privacy, and the unconscious. If your anxiety is popping up about your personal and romantic life, try to breathe through it or listen to your intuition. Secrets could also be of particular notice at this time. Lead with love. The time has finally come. You may have felt the struggle these past few weeks. Since mid-March, you could have felt unsure of yourself and if you were doing a good job at work. During this time, anxiety, self-doubt, and other insecurities might have crept in. Although this has been a mentally and emotionally enduring period, you should be relieved to know that Mercury stations direct in Pisces today. Moving forward, your confidence in your skills, talents, and professional position should resume, as you build yourself back up in the post-shadow period. Give yourself an inch and you might take a mile. I recommend you bring that tendency poolside. Swimming is an exercise that benefits the body and mind, and it is not an expensive sport. Whether you are a beginner or a high school champ, try to integrate this lovely, low-impact sport into your life. It strengthens your lung capacity while toning your whole body, and once you get on a roll it can be like meditation. Weather permitting, it's a wonderful bonus to be outside. Your analytical skills will be strong on this day. Probing into things and getting to the heart of the matter will come easily, making it a good time to do some research, quality control, or investigative work. Your emotions are far less likely to cloud your judgment with this essence at hand, and you'll see in a more objective and practical way. Use this energy to take a second look at the systems you are currently using to check for efficiency. This is one time when moving into the new working week with a heavy lean towards the playful, creative, and adventurous side of life's fence can work to your advantage personally and professionally. In the center of things is Neptune, the planet of hopes and dreams who 7 days after returning to Aries is already starting to expand your horizons. At the same time, with the moon not only set to return to your work sector in the heart of the working week but coming full circle from last month's eclipsing full moon, with some surprises up its sleeve, even the professional gods are calling for a wait-and-see approach. The moon's last visit to your romantic sector before Mars returns is already likely to be getting your attention, thanks to a friendly aspect to dreamy Neptune in Aries and the asteroid Juno in an adventurous part of your chart yesterday. By this time next week Venus, the planet of love, will be in direct motion and on her way back to Aries, with today's romantically charged lunar vibes picking up on a growing sense of anticipation. Leo, confidence opens doors, but humility keeps them open. Your quote of the day: you glow brightest when you shine for others too. Your color of the day is flame orange, bold and warm. Lucky numbers: 5, 11, 24. Today invites you to lead with heart, not just presence. A moment of praise could feel good, just don't let it feed your ego too much. Creative energy is high, channel it into something bold. Your presence is felt, use it wisely. Our eyes in the sky. Let's take a deep breath and welcome the energy of April 11, 2025. Today feels like one of those moments where the universe invites you to slow down just enough to notice something you might have missed, a shift, a sign, a subtle sense that something is ready to change or open up. No matter where you are on your journey, this reading is here to meet you gently, like a conversation with an old friend who sees you clearly. Let's step into this space together and see what the cards have to say. The first card that comes forward today is the Eight of Cups, a powerful symbol of emotional evolution. This card often appears when something you once deeply cared about no longer feels aligned, and the time has come to move forward even if the path ahead isn't completely clear. It doesn't always mean walking away in a dramatic way. Sometimes it's simply the quiet decision to let go of a mindset, a pattern, or an expectation that's been weighing on you. It's the moment you stop pretending something still fits when it really doesn't. And while that kind of shift can feel heavy or uncertain, it's also liberating. Think of this as your soul gently tapping you on the shoulder, asking, "Is this still for me?" If there's something in your life that's felt hollow lately, don't be afraid to explore what it would mean to release it. There's something waiting for you on the other side of that choice. Trust that inner knowing. Following this, we're met with the Ace of Wands, a burst of new, creative energy. This card is like a spark. It doesn't necessarily give you the entire map, but it lights a fire that can guide you forward. The Ace of Wands invites inspiration, possibility, and the beginning of something exciting. Maybe you've had an idea simmering on the back burner. Maybe there's something you've wanted to create, try, or pursue, but haven't quite given yourself permission to begin. This card is your green light. What would it look like to say yes to your own passion today? Even in the smallest way, writing one paragraph, making that phone call, sketching out a dream, every spark counts. Don't underestimate how powerful a first step can be. Our next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is such a grounding presence. It brings in themes of legacy, long-term stability, and support systems. It reminds you that what you're building now doesn't just serve the moment, it's contributing to something lasting. Whether you've been thinking about financial goals, family dynamics, or the kind of life you want to create long-term, this card encourages you to look at the bigger picture. What kind of foundation are you building? Who do you want standing beside you in that vision? And what traditions or values do you want to carry forward or let go of? It's a beautiful invitation to connect with your roots while also making conscious choices about what you're growing toward. There's no rush here. Just the reminder that your efforts are creating something meaningful, piece by piece. Next, we draw the Queen of Cups, a deeply compassionate and intuitive energy. She's emotionally wise, empathetic, and knows how to hold space for herself and for others. Today, this card might be nudging you to check in with your emotional body. How are you really feeling beneath the surface? Is there a part of you that needs a little more gentleness, a little more attention? The Queen of Cups encourages emotional honesty, not as a performance but as a form of healing. And if you've been that steady support for others lately, this is your reminder that you deserve that softness in return. Let today be a day where you lean into emotional balance, whether that means setting a boundary, journaling, spending quiet time with someone who feels like home, or simply allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. There's strength in softness. And finally, we close with the Six of Wands, a card of recognition, success, and rising confidence. This card is the moment you realize, yes, I am making progress. I am being seen. Even if the applause hasn't been loud, someone is noticing. You might receive encouragement or praise today, or you might simply have a personal win that affirms you're on the right track. Either way, this card encourages you to own it. You don't need to downplay your growth to make others comfortable. You've earned this moment. Celebrate the victories, big or small. You've come through so much, and you're still here, still showing up, still believing in better. That matters. So as we look at these 5 cards, the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands, we see a beautiful unfolding. Letting go of what no longer serves. Welcoming in new passion. Building long-term stability. Honoring emotional wisdom. And standing tall in your wins. It's a reminder that this journey you're on is layered, sacred, and yours alone. There's no one right way to move forward. But when you choose to stay present, to stay honest, and to follow the thread of what lights you up, that's when everything begins to shift.